Apple has released the new 24-inch iMacs with a brand new design and super power-efficient M1 chips. The mid-tier model starts at $1499, and for $200 extra, you can bump that up to 512 gigabytes for a total of $1699. This is the mid-tier 2020 27-inch iMac that you can get refurbished directly from Apple with the same 512 gigabytes of storage and at the same price of $1699. So let's do an apples to apples comparison. Hey, I'm Jerry. And yeah, these two iMacs look a bit different. And the 24-inch model is not supposed to be a direct replacement for the 27-inch model, but when they come at the same price of $1699 for these configurations, it's an interesting comparison. And I just want to say that buying refurbished from Apple is essentially buying a brand new computer with a full warranty. And Apple replaces any defective parts or case things that need to be fixed, so it's going to look brand new. So let's just start off with the design differences between these two mid-tier iMacs. Both of these iMacs are pretty similar from the front, with a big display being the main focus, surrounded by some bezels and a chin. The new 24-inch iMac has a more modern design with a slightly smaller chin and of course slimmer bezels in white. The 27-inch iMac is similar to other iMacs in the past 9 years, with a tapered edge and a more bulbous back, where the 24-inch has a uniform thickness, or thinness, I guess. The 24-inch is a smaller and lighter device all around. The 27-inch iMac only comes in silver, whereas the 24-inch comes in blue, green, pink, silver, yellow, orange, and purple. I have to admit that in person the colors actually look pretty good, and the backs really pop, but you'll never see those when they're facing a wall. But the silver pretty much goes with anything. Each of these two iMacs come with a keyboard and a mouse or trackpad, but the 24-inch comes with color-matched accessories, and the mid-tier comes with that magic keyboard with Touch ID, making unlocking and authenticating to your iMac so much more convenient. The 27-inch iMac comes with more ports built in than the 24-inch, including Ethernet, 2 Thunderbolt ports, 4 USB-A ports, an SD card reader, and headphone out. The mid-tier 24-inch iMac comes with 2 Thunderbolt ports and 2 USB-C ports and a headphone out, along with the added Ethernet port on the color-matched power adapter. Spec-wise, the 24-inch iMac comes with that 8-core M1 that has 4 performance cores and 4 efficiency cores with a built-in 8-core GPU and 8 gigabytes of unified memory that's shared between the processor and the GPU. The mid-tier 27-inch iMac comes with a 6-core, 12-thread i5 processor with 8 gigabytes of RAM. It also comes with a Radeon Pro 5300 graphics processor with 4 gigabytes of dedicated memory. For CPU performance, these two mid-range iMacs actually trade jabs back and forth, with the 24-inch coming out ahead in Geekbench tests with a single core score of 1747 and multi-core score of 7717 versus the 27-inch i5 at 1215 and 6291. The 27-inch, however, comes out on top with a Cinebench multi-core score of 9077 versus 7792 on the 24. During the Cinebench test, the fans on both of these iMacs spun up. I mentioned in a previous video that the fans on the new 24-inch iMacs have a bit of a different sound to them and almost sound like TV static or an over-amplified speaker, but this is what each one sounds like. When we look at graphics performance, the Radeon Pro 5300 wins out over the M1 with a metal score of 37,137 versus 21,788. And I know not everyone edits videos, but exporting video is still a good test because it really pushes the CPU and GPU. And I really want to make it hurt, so I'm exporting this video at better quality settings on these two machines. The 24-inch exported the video in 15 minutes and 24 seconds, which was a bit slower, actually, than the 27-inch at 13 minutes and 56 seconds. When it comes to the displays, both of these iMacs have Retina displays at the same 218 pixels per inch, which looks really nice and sharp. Everything including buttons and icons looks the same on these two screens, but you can actually just fit a little bit more on the larger 27-inch display. Both displays do get up to 500 nits of brightness, are True Tone enabled for auto white balance, and have P3 wide color gamut for gorgeous colors. The 27-inch, however, is the only of these two iMacs that has HDR output capability, allowing for a higher dynamic range when watching videos or editing photos. The 24-inch iMac has a brand new 1080p camera, image processing, and a new mic array. So let's compare these guys side by side. All right, so this is the new camera and microphone test on the brand new 24-inch iMac. You can probably see that the picture is nice and bright and it seems very clear. And there's the new mic array system, and I wonder, how does that sound? Then over here we have the 27-inch iMac, which is definitely a little bit more contrasty, a little bit darker. It looks clear, but also maybe just the image processing probably isn't as good as what's in the M1 on the 24-inch iMac. But this is also the sound coming from the microphones on the 27-inch iMac. The camera on the 24-inch is definitely brighter, and I think most people will prefer that. But I think that I would be happy with either one of these if I wasn't just comparing them side by side. Now, as far as speakers go, I had weird mixed results at first with the 24-inch iMacs, where sometimes they sounded as loud as the 27-inch and sometimes they were a bit quieter. So here's a test from today comparing the speakers on both. The 27-inch iMac definitely has more volume for sure, and much more bass compared to the 24-inch. As for clarity, they both sound good to me. If you want to upgrade the new 24-inch iMac or refurb 27-inch iMac after you bought it, then you have a couple of options. To expand the limited number of ports on the 24-inch, you can add something like a Thunderbolt or USB-C dock and hub and get back the missing ports like USB-A or SD card reader. RAM can be expanded on the 27-inch iMac up to 128 gigabytes using third-party RAM, like this 64GB kit I got from OWC. You can also add external storage to either one of these iMacs as needed, and if you want the fastest storage for your new iMac, check out this video up here to see which one is best for your Intel and M1 Mac, because it's actually not the same. So, for $16.99, these two iMacs actually compete pretty well. Depending on the workload, one may be better than the other, like how the 27-inch does a better job of graphics-intensive tasks. The 24-inch goes head-to-head in most CPU tasks and can actually best the 27-inch in some. The 27-inch iMac running an Intel i5 has more compatibility with legacy applications, especially specialized apps like Adobe or 3D rendering. But the M1 can actually keep up with the help of Rosetta Translation for non-optimized apps, and more apps are being updated each day for the M1. The 24-inch iMac comes with a great new Magic Keyboard with Touch ID, making authentication easier and faster. But the 27-inch has more of the built-in ports you probably need. Both of these iMacs actually work extremely well for me and my needs. I could jump on either one and get my work and videos done without issue, even without any upgrades to storage or RAM. So for me, it simply comes down to display size, and I prefer the 27-inch display over the 24-inch. It feels less cramped, and I can get things done a little bit faster with more things on the screen at once. So what do you guys think? Are you in the market for a brand new iMac and having trouble deciding between the brand new 24-inch and the previous generation looking 27-inch? Drop your questions below and I'll see if I can help. If you know you're going with a 24-inch iMac and wondering between the base model and an upgraded model, I got the video for you. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked it, hit subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time.